What's going on, everybody? It is Brendan, Dad Planet. Welcome back to the One Man Show. So I am bringing you another What Sold on eBay video. This covers 15 items that I sold from the week of May 8th through the 14th. So my volume was up, but my sales were a little bit lower. And one of these items took over 2 years to sell because I forgot a pretty important keyword. So I'm hoping that you won't make the same mistake. And then one of these items is so scorching hot that I think the thing probably could have sold cracked in half and I would have made the same amount of money. So stay tuned for both of those and many more. All right, these are sales from May 8th through the 14th. And as you can see, I did less than $2,000 in gross sales and just over $1,200 in net sales. My selling cost a little bit higher at 32%, but the biggest reason for that is the big ticket items just were not selling this week as fast or as often as they normally do. So my average sales price, $40. That's down, considerably from what I usually do. I sold 48 items, so there were a few more items than I normally sell in the course of a week relative to how I've been doing the last couple of weeks. But you can tell they for whatever reason, they just weren't buying the big ticket items. But I got 15 items that I want to show out of the 48 that I sold this week. So let's get to it. All right, first one is a WWE World Wrestling Entertainment shirt. It is Brock Lesnar, Suplex City. Now, whenever they were on tour, usually these shirts had the city name not embroidered, but the graphic was on the shirt. The name of the city was on the shirt. This one didn't have a city name on it, and so I thought maybe that would open it up to a broader audience. And maybe my line of thinking was correct because this actually shipped overseas. So it's a 2XL. I sold it for $25. The buyer is $56.13 all in after you factor in customs fees as well. It cost me $1.99 and it took me 9 months to sell. WWE items that you see the toys on the shelves at Walmart and Target, it looks like it's seeing a major resurgence. So the stuff sells very, very well. The garments included these types of shirts that you could have probably only purchased if you went to one of the shows or you went to see one of their performances. So keep that in mind, good sale. All right, this is a cassette tape recorder player that didn't have one cassette, it had two. So you really did have to test these to make sure both sides worked. They worked excellent. I actually bought this at a church sale and I only paid $5 for it and it sold very quickly for full price at $80. So Sony TC-WE475. This is a model that is in demand. So for every listing, it looks like 2 have sold in the last 90 days. So if you happen upon it and it works properly, make sure you pick it up. So this buyer is $100.15 all in and it only took 48 hours to sell. This is a great sale, look for it. I was out doing my rounds at thrift stores and I found a bunch of Athleta. I actually featured some of it in one of my previous videos. So this is one of the items that sold quickly in the beginning. It's in a Soho skirt from Athleta. The size was 6, color black, obviously. I sold it for $21.24. This buyer is $26.72 all in. I can't remember. I think I paid maybe $5 for it. It was a great haul. I had like 6, 7, 8 pieces of Athleta. A lot of it was brand new with tags. And this sold very quick. This also only took 48 hours to sell, so keep your eye out. I had no idea that Reebok Crossfit Nano fused with like the Reebok pump, and then this is the result of that experiment. So it's the Nano Pump Fusion, and it sold for $40. This is not the greatest sell-through rate, so I'm not sure that like CrossFitters are enjoying or adapting to like the pump technology that they've put together. It's both Reebok items. So I don't know if this is a great one for you to also pick up since it did take quite a bit of time to sell, but I still got $40 for it and the shoes are very easy for me to store. So this buyer is $50.70 all in. They only cost me $4.39, but they did take 15 months to sell. And again, the list to sell ratio, not that great. So if you're looking for faster moving items, I don't think like the Nano Pump Fusion is the right one, but I can tell you that CrossFit is selling very, very well for me right now. Maybe the CrossFit games are going on in the summer. I don't know. I don't pay much attention to it, but I see it in my Instagram feed a lot. So maybe just pay attention to like the CrossFits, but not the pump technology. I don't know, unless you don't mind holding on to items for a very long time, which I don't mind. So keep that in mind. Okay, this is Gasket Sealant, and let me tell you what, it is a major BOLO. I just happened to get lucky, and I love these because they're so unassuming, and I think each one of these cost me $3.99. So I'm $8 all in, and they sold both of them. Actually, I had 2 of them sold for full price, $40. So $80. The buyer bought both of them together is $89.96 all in, and it only took, I think, less than a day to sell. So it is a major bolo. It was brand new, and of course, I popped the top off to make sure that it was still sealed on the top. Both of them were. Fast sale, one day. Very, very good bolo. So if you happen upon it, it obviously will catch your eye because it's very colorful with the primaries going on there. So keep that in mind, but this was an awesome sale as well. This is the second picnic igloo cooler that I've sold since I've been reselling that I can recall. It's very colorful. It's vintage. It's from the 90s. The sell-through rate, not that wonderful though. So I had to price this what I felt was aggressive. And if you look at the ones that are currently listed, I see a lot in the $70 and $80 price range. And I have a feeling just based on the sell-through rate that those are going to sit for a while when they should be selling very fast right now since we're in summer, and that's probably when they would get the most use. So picnic basket cooler from the 90s, like I said, this buyer is $77.61 all in. After shipping and after tax, it only cost me $6. And it took 4 months to sell, so not bad. But again, I was priced aggressively, so keep that in mind. All right, you notice the mistake in my listing here. So this is a vintage from 1999 throwing copper shirt from the band Live. Now, this took a long time to sell. In fact, you can see my deck hadn't been refinished at the time, so this took a little over 2 years to sell, even at $50, but I got $58.04 after shipping and after tax. I only paid $1.99 for it. And even though this took 2 years to sell, I think it probably, at least in part, one of the reasons is because I didn't have vintage in my listing title. And so that may or may not have hurt me, coupled with the fact that it did have some stains. It was stained on the collar. There were some maybe underarm stains, and normally that wouldn't have much of an effect on certain styles of shirts, certain vintage shirts, certain band shirts. I think when you add it all up together with the fact that I forgot to put vintage in my title, that's why this took so long to sell. But I got positive feedback from the buyer. They were absolutely happy with that. I had it listed for $60, but I took an offer for $50. So still a good sale. Took a little bit of time to sell. I'll take it. The reason these caught my eye is because I've never seen LL Bean boots that had pink in them. So I picked them up and they sold relatively quickly for me. So I think I had them listed at $45. I took an offer of $38.24. These are obviously the low style, and they are navy blue and pink. And this buyer is $54.04 all in after shipping and after tax. Cost me $4.69. They sold fast. They sold in 2 days. So keep your eye out for Bean boots. I feel like these probably sell better like maybe in the earlier spring, definitely in the fall season, but the pink color is what caught my eye. So if you happen upon them as well and you're willing to price them in the $40 range, you probably make a quick sale. When I was doing my comp research, when I listed these at the time, I noticed that Sears Bloom and Patch was a bolo, and I still feel like it is, even though once you see me put the comps on the screen, there really aren't that many in existence. But I feel like when I was doing my research at the time that I listed this, I was looking at Terapeak, and I had noticed that this was a pattern that was desirable. It will sell eventually if you find it and you get it priced correctly. This was brand new in the package, so that was wonderful. So it's a twin flat sheet set. That pattern is recognizable, and it has commercial viability. So I'm happy with the sale. I sold it for a full price, $33. The buyer is $52.98 all in after shipping and after tax. It only cost me $4. And it sold quick. It sold within 5 days. So if you find this Bloom and Patch pattern from Sears, grab it because it's a bolo. Jadeite is such a hot item to be on the lookout for. The sell-through rate right now is just bananas. It's almost a guarantee. Even with flaws, I think you can still sell them for a pretty decent price. So this was a mixing bowl. Had the swirl pattern on the outside of it. It was 8 inches in diameter, and I sold it for full price really quickly. So $30. The buyer is $45.18 all in. And it only cost me $2 at a garage sale, and it sold in 3 hours. Now, make sure you are subscribed to this channel because in a future What Sold video, you're gonna see a piece of jadeite that I sold for an insane amount of money, and I think I even actually undersold it. It's not even the best sale that I had from that garage sale. So hit the subscribe button because you're not gonna wanna miss that, but as it stands, this was a wonderful sale. So keep your eye out for Fire King jadeite. It is just a bananas bolo. Shout out to Ohio, shout out to Columbus. Shout out to the Buckeyes, 21 Pilots. They are a hometown band, and there were only 500 of these hats in existence, so this is such an easy sale. I found this at the bins, only cost me 40 cents, and I sold it for full price, $30. So this band is, again, a local band. They even shot one of their videos at a local toy store, which was pretty cool. It was actually just a day or two before we had stepped into it to do some toy shopping with me and the family, but awesome band, awesome guys. and very visible here in the Columbus area. So $30. This buyer is 36 all in after shipping and after tax, and took just a couple of weeks to sell. Amazing sale. So keep your eye out for this hat if you are lucky enough to find it outside of Ohio. I think there's one seller, you see the comparables, who must have a bunch of them because they continue to sell this one for various amounts. But $30 all day long. JT, Justin Timberlake, Man in the Woods tour from 2018, 2019. I saw a comp when I found this at the bins for around $30, so I think I listed this, at the same price, and that's what it sold for. This buyer is $34.98 all in after shipping and after tax, maybe $2 because I found it at the bins, and you're paying by the pound, which, by the way, they have just raised the prices again here in Columbus. This is the third price hike that they've had, which is just really unbelievable if you ask me, but I'm still satisfied with this sale. I'm not going to get off on a tangent on how Goodwill is raising prices for absolutely no good reason, because their cost of goods is always zero. It's pathetic. But all right, I'm going to get off my soapbox here. This is a great sale and only took 2 weeks to sell. Same church sale, same price I paid, $5. Guitar Hero bundle, 2 of them in the package. This did not come with the game. This would have sold for even more money if I had the game with it. I don't think these come with dongles, so but they were not included even if they did. But I got $70 for them, and it sold within 3 days of me listing them. So this buyer is $103.71 all in. That was a wonderful church sale. I found a lot of vintage toys there. A lot of the things you're going to start seeing in my What Sold videos coming from that church sale. But this was a great sale. Guitar Hero guitars, not every one of them is a home run, but boy, I'll tell you what, their prices have maintained steady, and a lot of them are increasing. So keep your eye out for those guitars when you're shopping in thrift stores. I love sourcing like local items. The 21 Pilots thing is sort of obvious because they're like a national name now, but the North Market is a renowned food market here in the Columbus area, and I just thought somebody was going to love this mug. It's cute. It's got a little French press on the front of it. From March 31st, 2012, they had like a big coffee roast. I don't know, I wasn't there, but it's a cute mug. I sold it for $15.50. And this buyer is $26.61 all in after shipping and after tax. Only cost me $1. It took 11 months to sell, but I love items like these because there's really not much competition for them. And something this small doesn't take up a ton of space when I'm storing it at home. So I always say get to know your local markets. Those of you that live in other areas, and I use Delray Beach as an example. So for those of you that are from that area, you know that they have the Garlic Festival every year. Like, where's the Garlic Festival apparel, right? Nobody's targeting that festival. So if there's a shirt, someone's gonna love that shirt, right? Or a mug from the Garlic Festival. And this is just one of a million ways to tap into your local market. Just one area that I happen to be familiar with also because I used to live there. But tap into your local market and find those local items, because you really never have, or you're a lot less likely to have competition when you're listing those items. So just a matter of time before they sell. So this is a good sale. Keep your eye out for your local markets items. All right, and the last one, a Magic Mill food dehydrator. The model on this one is MFD-6100. This is a great BOLO. I found this at a Goodwill for $10 and sold it for $90. So this buyer is $122.93 all in after shipping and after tax. It only took a couple of months to sell, so it was a very fast seller, and it came with what I believe to be all of the components. They're like trays that you have to slide in and out of there. It was very clean. This was a great sale, and I'm satisfied with all the other ones as well, and I hope you enjoyed them too. Hey, listen, they might not have been buying the $100 items this week, but I can assure you in my next What's Sold on eBay video, there will be plenty of them to see. Brendan here, Dad Planet. Hit that like button if you liked what you saw or you learned something today, and then always consider becoming a member of the Dad Planet family by subscribing and hitting the bell notification icon so that you know every single time I upload a video to YouTube. That is it. That is all I have for you. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next video.